Depot on the beat.
Everyone, welcome back to SLB Blitters. I'm happy to have you back. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading videos. I'm in the process of moving, and due to that, I haven't really had time. But just because of that, today I'm making this video for you guys. I'm gonna show you how to fix your spark launchers. And when I am talking about fix, I'm talking about almost every issue that you could get on them. So let's start this. So a really common on the string launchers, or in this case the sparking string launchers, is the string would usually get stuck. And I got 3 different examples of different situations. Sometimes you don't really need to open the spark launchers, sometimes you do. So let me show you my examples right here. Boom. Okay, so for example, with this one right here, you don't really need to open it. Okay, sometimes it's just gonna get stuck and it could be scary, but just with a simple little bit pull, there you go, it would come back right on. In other cases, maybe pulling is not the best way. Sometimes you just gotta rotate this and then pull, and there you go, put it back in. But what happens when you pull and it's not working, right? That means something could be stuck right here, or that another part just got out of its place. So I'm gonna show you how to repair that and other repairs as well. Let's talk about the tools that you would need. Actually, you only would need 2. One would be a screwdriver with the, I would call it a crosshead, right there. Maybe you guys can see it properly. And you would also need a screwdriver with a flathead, like that. The size of the flathead, it doesn't really matter, and this one would be only used in certain problems. But for the cross head, you will use it all times, and it has to be a smaller one. You could get one honestly anywhere. Like you could also get it in 99-cent stores or anything. It doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be anything like good quality, it just has to work. Okay, so let's talk about the spark launcher. The spark launcher is probably the easiest launcher to fix, just because I have open, the regular launchers, the left and right launchers, even the solar launchers. I feel like the spark launchers at the moment are the easiest ones to work with. I haven't tried the DB launchers. I haven't get one yet, but I will give you like a feedback once I get them. But here, so in order to open a spark launchers, there's 6 screws. They're all the same size right here in these little holes. Okay, and then there's a screw right here and a screw behind this. So let's start this. So let me take you to the process of how to open a spark launcher. Okay, so I took 4 screws first. I'm gonna give you a look of how do they look right there. So these 4 screws, I took them out first just because on the spark launchers, those 4 screws actually hold this plastic piece right here. So whenever you're gonna take out this plastic piece, I recommend you to take them upside down, just like that. The reason for this is because the spark launchers, the way they work, they have these two little like LED pieces that if you do it the opposite way, they're gonna fall just like that. So you really don't want to lose this. I mean, it's not gonna affect the way the launcher works, but what is gonna happen is you're not gonna have sparks anymore. And having a spark launcher without sparks is not the same. So yeah, keep in mind to always do it downwards, just so you keep those safe. Something else I recommend to do is since this touches this kind of like grip, it makes a lot of dust inside. Let me show you right there. You can see that. Yeah, it creates a lot of dust, so I would recommend cleaning the pieces if you already open it up. It would just make it look cleaner and newer. So let's take the other two out. There you go. Okay. So there you go. You can see there are 6 of them. They're the exact same size. So just make sure you don't lose them, and also make sure you always take them off. Just because you don't want to, force this and break it. Now the second part, you only gotta take one of these off, but you can take both out depending on what you're doing. So there should be one right here, which I don't know why it's not there anymore, and the one right here. So these ones are the only ones that are different from the rest. So let me open this up. There you go. You can see it. I'll show you again. Okay. So this one is really similar to the one that goes on top, the ones that hold the grip. But the difference with this one is a little bit wider because it keeps the part that makes the Beyblade spin. So just keep that in mind. You will not get confused, but in case you're not sure, that's how you will know, or you can tell which one is which. Here you go. Now this piece right here, you just take it out, or you use the trap. There you go. And this piece right here, you can just pull it up and it goes right off. But you're always gonna make sure you take that out. Okay, if you don't do it, you could break this part, and again, you don't want to have a spark launcher without sparks, so make sure you do that. You can see the dust that is accumulated right there, so if you can clean it, clean it. Now let's open this up. There you go. So the spark launchers consist only of 3-4 parts when it comes to the inside. The left, this one is a right launcher. The left launcher is pretty similar as well. I will be opening one soon for you to get an image. But this one, the way you can tell that it's a right launcher is because the pieces are white. In the left launchers, they're kind of like a grayish, whitish color. So it has a different tone. You will be able to tell. Let me see what happened to this launcher. So like you can see, it seems to be okay, right? The string didn't get like tangled anywhere. So what's the issue with this launcher? In the sparkle launchers, there's 2 main issues, or well, in any other spring launcher, is one, usually the cord gets stuck somewhere around here. But since this doesn't seem the exact case, or under these two, it could also be that there, see, so it looks fine, right? So what could be the issue? So the way spark launchers or any string launchers work is they have this metal part right here. The metal part is the one that pulls the cord back, and sometimes it kind of like untangles itself, and it just can create issues and make it stuck. So I will show you how to fix that. But to fix this part, you gotta open or unscrew these 3 little screws right here. Again, we use this screwdriver. Just make sure you don't like overdo it. You don't wanna break these little screws. So let me give you a quick look of how small these screws are. You can like get a comparison right here between the ones on the actual launchers. Oh, I'm sorry about that. There you go. The ones in the actual launchers against the ones on these little plastic thing. So make sure you don't lose those. Because here's another issue that comes frequently with these. Oops. Here's another issue that comes frequently with these. This gets to loose, and if this gets loose, this right here gets loose, and here is where you can see the little metal thing I was talking about. Let me show you. Okay, there we go, it's opening. There we go. So you can see how that is rolling there. So for these launchers, or well, when it comes to this metal part, it seems to be really annoying for many people to put it back in, and I can understand why. I mean, let me take this out. I kind of knew that was gonna happen. So let me pick that up. So like you saw, it just goes out, and trying to put it back in is just really annoying. So let's say it goes out and you want to know how to put it back in, right? Here's the way you can tell how it works. Okay, so this metal part right here on the end, you can see it has 2 bumps, and whether it's left or right, it depends the position it's going to be placed on. Okay, so an example would be for this one, since it's a right launcher, correct, this little part is going to go outside, this bump is going to be over this little plastic part, and then this one is going to be like this. Okay, so let me show you how to actually put it in, because the problem, and well, the main problem is a lot of people try to just start like this, which would work out. It's just such a long process, you know. If you're just right here doing this all day, yeah, that takes long, and there's gonna be a moment when there's enough pressure that it's just gonna explode again. So you gotta be careful with that. So sometimes just going like this is not gonna work. So let me show you how you're supposed to do this, and which one is the easiest way, the fastest way to do this. Okay, so let's just start just by putting the start of the metal part right here, right, and putting this plastic part on it. You gotta make sure the plastic part is being grabbed by this little like space right here. You just put it in to make sure that the metal part goes out of the hole. Make sure you got it. There you go. So let me show you again. This is out. This is being grabbed, And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this piece right here, which is the second part of it. You put that through the hole, you align it. There you go. You can see it now. So, but that didn't fix the issue, right? So here's how you fix it. Remember I told you guys you would need a second screwdriver, and this is the only reason why you would need this second screwdriver. Like you can see there's an arrow right here, and this is telling you where you gotta spin the little plastic right here, and you're just gonna be using this flat head and start screwing it. As you can see, everything's starting to go in, and that just takes away the whole pain of trying to put it in, you know, the exploding on your face. There you go. I even did it a little bit too much, so let me just pull it back a little, and boom, that's ready. Okay, so now I just gotta come here, and how to put it back, right? So if you really notice there's a little like bump right there, that's how you're gonna know where to put it back up, because there's a little bump right here as well. You see there's like that space in between. So if you see that, that's where you're gonna align it right there. Boom. And that's how everything is gonna be held. This little bump right here is gonna be held by this little plastic piece, and the second bump right here is just gonna stay here. So that's done. Now you gotta put this back on. If you just decide to push this down, it's gonna open again, and you don't want that. So how to put this plastic part back on this is how it holds the string. Okay, so you're just gonna make sure you align this part right here to this straight line right here. You're gonna put it on and screw it back on. Okay, now when you tie this up, you want to make sure it's just tightened up. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to hurt these little screws. Now, how to put the string back in, or how to roll it in, there's a little arrow right here. You're just gonna follow that in. There you go. So let's place it back. But let's say something happens. Maybe you forgot and you took everything apart by accident. Right? How are you gonna put this back in? It's easy. So first you're gonna notice this one is the bottom part, right? So the bottom part is connected like this, and this little plastic piece goes like that. So the longer part goes upwards, the shorter part goes downwards, and it's what makes this plastic piece spin. Okay, now for this part right here, you gotta place it this way, so you will see this little like plastic thing, right? You're gonna put it in and line it up with this. So let me show you that. Boom, it goes in. Great, right? Then you will see there's another hole right next to it, right there. So that hole is for this little piece. And this little piece has to go inside that. And there you go. Okay, now this part, like you can see, it has two things. It has this little square right here, and it has like the flatbed, right? So you just gotta make sure this is properly put in there. I really can't show you how to do that, but you just gotta make sure it's aligned, and see, everything should work out. Let's talk about a little problem. If I were to pull or to close this launcher, it will not spin back in. And the reason for that is, do you remember the metal piece inside of this? Oops, that fell down. You remember the metal piece inside of this? It has to be spun, and it has to be spun 6 times maximum, okay? That's what that pressure that creates inside of the metal piece is what brings back the whole launcher. So what you want to do is you want to follow the arrow again, and you want to do 6 spins, okay? And when I mean 6 spins, I mean 6 complete spins. The way I can tell, or the way you can tell I'm doing 6 is, you see that dot on my screwdriver is gonna tell me how many times it goes. 1, 6. So now that you got 6, don't let it go. Make sure you make some pressure right here, not extreme amount of pressure, but just some to keep it hold. Okay, now that it's hold, make sure you align it to the flatbed. This is like the hardest part out of all of this. There you go. And now that it's in, you gotta make sure you align this little piece right here too. There you go. And that's literally how this works. It is a pretty easy fix. So now that that's done, just gotta make sure you put this part on, and none of the pieces inside are gonna move. There you go. So again, if you were to lose any other part, it would work, but like if you were to lose this part right here, it would work, but it would have no spark, so it makes no sense, you know. Now here, this part, you just gotta align it to the bottom. Nothing out of the ordinary. You place this thing back right here. There you go. And you just add the big guy right here. There you go. So like you can see, it spins and it goes back in. So that's perfect, right? Now let's just place the 2 on the bottom first, just so I know everything is gonna be kept inside if I drop it or anything. You know, just play it safe. Make sure to always put these 3 things first. This one right here and these 2 one right there. It's just gonna make things so much easier in case there's an accident or something. There we go, that's tight enough. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go clean this really quick, and I'm gonna come back and show you guys. I'm back with this. See how much better that looks? Perfect, right? Now, you just place this screw right there. Boom, it goes right in. I don't know why I lost this screw. Maybe I just forgot. Then, you just place this inside. But whoa, remember, if for some reason the little black LED things fall, this one's right here, the launcher is gonna work and everything is gonna spin and work properly, but there will be no sparks whatsoever. So just remember that. No sparks, no fun. Now, let's put these 2 little pieces right here. They're so easy to put. go right in there. There you go. And then again, remember, place it downwards. So it's just easier to put if nothing falls. Gravity doesn't like bother you. So, oops. There we go. And that thing is inside. Now, there you go. Okay, everything's better. Now, let's put the last 6. The last 4, I'm sorry. The last 4 screws right here. Oops. Now, if you ask, if you lose maybe 2 of these screws, would it be a big deal? Would the launcher work different? No, of course not. You just don't want to lose them. Make sure they're tight, but don't overdo it, you know. Just a little pressure until it's done. Because you want to be able to reopen your spark and launcher if anything happens ever again. Oops. Okay, everything is tightened up. It works. So let me show you if it works on an actual battle, okay? Set up a stadium. Just sort of quick launch and check how it works. We're gonna be using Wyvern. There you go. Same launcher, everything's perfect. So, how do we know that it's as good as other launchers, right? So, I'm gonna do this right now. One with the launcher, we just put back together. One, two. See, stamina seems to be the same. Nothing really affected the launcher. Just lost. But again, everything is great, everything is working. So let's put this aside. Let's say something else happened to your launcher and you feel like there's no way you can fix this. And it's that your cord somehow broke or ripped, right? So the way to do this is, or how to do a replacement, if you want to say that, like this one right here, it's actually pretty easy, and you just gotta follow back the steps that we did for the other launcher. Okay, so all you gotta do is you gotta take apart everything, and since this is a left launcher for me, I'm gonna show you the color of the left parts and everything else. Okay, so let's open this guy up. So you already know the procedure. I don't think it needs to be shown. Okay. So like I tell you guys, the stuff in the left launchers are going to be different. I don't know if you can tell, but the color, it's a little bit of a darker color. It's kind of like a gray. So that's how you're going to identify if the pieces are from a left or right launcher if you were opening more than one launcher at the same time. Then again, you take the screws out. There you go. So everything is loose. Remember, always take it downwards, that way these 2 little pieces don't fall. Now, like I told you guys before, there's always one right here, and again, it's a little bit less wider than the one on the bottom, but there is one. So you just gotta grab these right here. Just pull these out from here. Boom. Now, there you go. So again, see the parts? A little bit darker, like I said before. And one more thing, like you can see this part right here in comparison to the right spin one, it's different. It does have like the same style, but it's the opposite direction. So we're gonna take this out, boom, right here, and I'm gonna take this out just to show you guys how this one works. Okay. If you can again clean that up, like just look at that mess. It looks nasty. So yeah, if you can clean it up, clean it right away. I will do that. But since this is a tutorial, I don't wanna like waste a lot of time. So this is what you're gonna do. To place this piece back in case it falls, you're gonna grab it right here. Like you can see there's a little like space in between this piece. This one goes in this dot, and then you just align it this other part right here to the other dot, and this could goes in this other part right here, just like in the right spin one. It just goes to the hole next to it. Now, why is this part important and why you don't want to lose it? So per se, you're using your launcher, right? The string goes right here. This is what helps it continue spinning and doesn't get stuck, you know. So make sure you don't lose this little part right here. It's pretty important, if you ask me. Now, to get this string inside of your launcher, correct? First, you would have to take out the bad one, right? So what you would do is you have to take these three little guys apart. There you go, and that's out. What you would do is you would take these. There you go. So again, this is really easy to place. Do not push this because the metal or the plastic part thing right here is gonna fall off. So just keep it like that. Now, here, what you're gonna do is you will take the bad or the ripped cord. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get your new cord. Honestly, I cannot tell you which one would be best. I actually got this from my friend the Bay Detective, so shout out to him for giving us this piece right here. So what you're gonna do is once you cut it, right, you're just gonna make sure you don't miss this part right here. Let me focus that for you. There you go. That's the part you don't want to lose. That. Then this one right here. And lastly, you would take this off. So how can you take at least this part off, right? But you guys can see there's a little hole right here right now, correct? But what if it was complete, like per se this launch right here? You will notice it seems to be complete, but you can see that circle right there. So the way this works is once you rip the whole cord, the one that was bad, right? Once you cut it, you should put something inside, something really skinny, and I cannot really tell you what. I only can tell you it's gonna be, or it gotta be something hard. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna push it out. So this little piece, like in this one right here, it goes out. It has to be pushed from the bottom, which would be this guy right here, to the top. Okay. Now once it's out, you literally just place your new cord. You do a knot that is small enough to fit back in. You pull it and it will be back in. Okay, that's the easiest way I can explain it. So basically, yes, you put your new one, you make a knot on the top before you pull it in, then you let it go, and it's gonna be ready. Okay. Then in the other side, you're just gonna make sure you place these two parts, correct? So the way you're gonna place them is one, which would be the biggest one, has to be like that. So the big part of it has to go against this part, and you're gonna make sure you went in like this, because if you do it the other way, it will close and it will work, but it's not gonna do it properly because sometimes it's gonna bend. This is supposed to be like this, so just make sure you just put it the right way before you do the second knot. And then the other part right here, which is this little guy, you're gonna do the opposite. You're gonna make it look again, you're gonna make the little part look against this guy, and the big part is gonna be right here. Then you're gonna make a knot again small enough so it can fit back inside of this area. Once it's done, all you're gonna do is place it back in, just like that. And let me show you how this actually works when it's all closed up. So there you go. So when you pull it, see, it's there, it's steady. So then again, just like before, you gotta make sure you align that. Put it like that. Once it's aligned, which I don't know if you can tell, but in this side, let me put some light for you. In this side, right there you go. See how that lines up properly? That's what you're gonna make sure of. Now you just put the screws back in. There you go. And again, just like before, I know this is a left launcher, so like you can see the arrow goes the opposite way. There's also an arrow that lets you know this is a left spin part, so you just put it back on. Just like that. And then you place it right. But again, remember, if you place this part like this right now, you're gonna go in, but when you try to launch it, it's not gonna come back to you. Okay, so what does that mean? That you gotta take it out, come to the back, use the other screwdriver that you had, follow the line right here. So you gotta follow the arrow, and then you go again. It's up to 6 times. So we got 6 already. Again, what we do is we want to line this thing up with this. So it's kind of hard, so just make sure you grab it hard enough. You place it in. You can see it goes back in, works properly. It's great. So we're just gonna place this part right there. It's good. You put back this thing right here. Again, just light it up and put the little one or the less wider. There you go. So again, it's the same process, nothing out of the ordinary. Doesn't matter if it's left and right, it's just gonna be the same process. Again, put this looking towards the bottom. It's gonna be so much easier to put it there. Okay, that's good. I will work out. So it's the same process. I'm gonna actually show you how I did this. Again, I just took out the bad one, or the one that ripped. Took the little parts that were on it, put them in a new string, put it inside, and that's all you're gonna do. Okay. So now that that's done, let's show you guys that this launcher actually works. You can tell it's the only one I have like this, so you will know if it works just like the other launchers used to do. Okay. For me, this is a left launcher, correct? It's gonna be something lefty. Just to go. You can see it spins properly, spins fast enough, everything's good. So let's check how it goes in battle. And it does, but it works fine. If the launcher itself breaks somewhere, like any plastic part right here, you cannot fix that, you will have to get a replacement for that. Or if an internal port breaks, if that happens, like it does a lot on the sword launchers, for example, then you might as well just buy a new launcher. But what if you wanted to get a new launcher because you like the string and you like everything, but you don't like necessarily the color, you prefer the color of the launcher you have right now? Or what if you get a new launcher like this one right here? Okay, so I will teach you guys in the next video how to customize your launchers and pass from this to maybe something like this right here, where I combine the blue and red, kind of like for those soccer fans, Barcelona, or people from the anime, maybe like Balchiak, that comes with that blue and red everywhere. So that way you will be able to match your base with your launcher. So I find that really cool. For example, this purple and yellow, just like in Weimer. Look at that. Doesn't it look perfect? So I will be teaching you guys that in the next video, but until then, I will keep you guys updated on where the next video is. Thank you a lot for the patience and everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you find this video really helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them on the comments below. I will be more than happy to help you. So just to end this, I'm gonna leave you guys with a battle between both launchers that I fixed right now, the left and the right, and see how good they are now, or how good they're still being since I just fixed them. So let's see. I'm gonna go right now with for the left. We're gonna go with Longinus, because it's Longinus. It's better than that and Longinus. We're gonna go for right with Hyperion Burn. Now I know a lot of you guys think Hyperion Burn sucks, but you guys haven't seen my combo yet. You guys will enjoy it, trust me. It makes it better. Ooh, okay. Let's try it again. Ooh, okay. Big hits. Another simultaneous, so yeah. Let's try that last time. Come on. Actually got pretty interesting right here. So okay guys, that's all for today's video. I'm just gonna let you see who wins. And please leave your comments below. Okay, it was long guys, but there you go. Leave your comments below, and I will be more than happy to help you guys fixing your launchers. If you have any other questions, just let me know.